and a very warm welcome to Eswakago YouTube channel. How are you all doing? How are you, everybody? This is Eswakago back here again, and I'm very excited to be here today and also getting to see you here today. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my channel. Big up. And also for the people who have not subscribed yet, please guys, subscribe to my channel and just support me to the road, on the road to 10,000 subscribers, which I'm hoping and believing that we're going to be able to hit the mark by the end of December or even before. Who is like our God? Anything could be something, and also any day could be the day. So welcome again, and take yourself some seat and sit down so that we get to talk about something very important today. And this video is not only targeting people that are outside of America, but also people that live in America. What do I mean by this? I mean, like, our topic today is for everybody. It is accommodating everybody because you need to know these, guys, you do. So let's jump right into our topic today of the worst cities in America that you would wish you never ever got to settle there. The cities that you should never ever think of settling there. Why am I saying this, and how did I come up with this data? This data is from the FBI data search, and also from the real estate called Zillow, which is one of the companies that sells homes in America. So we're going to be talking about these cities in terms of housing cost, the crime rate, and economical stability, and so many other things like drug abuse and stuff. So let's jump right in. So on our list today, the leading city is none other than the most famous city, the city that everybody wants to come to America to, the city that appears mostly on the magazines, on the TV screens, and everybody feels like, oh yeah, this is the America that I would want to go and visit. Which is this city that I'm talking about? I am talking about New York City. Yes, the most beautiful city, the city that most people talk about when you mention America. Yeah, this city is a good city for those people who do have money. The rich people will get it easy, will have it easy to settle there. But if you are an average person, or maybe if you are below average, you do not want to go settle there because the housing cost is above the roof, the crime rate, the same thing, drug abuse and stuff. So this is not a city that I would encourage you to go and settle there, especially if you are looking for a family-friendly city. This is not the city because the housing cost is high, meaning you're going to rent a house for so much money, and that keeps you awake 24/7. Doing what? Working to pay the house, working to pay the house rent, and so many other things, yeah, also including the crime rate. You do not want to stay in a city that has a very high crime rate. And why do we have crime rate in such a city that is very highly rated in terms of beauty and, you know, the must-haves of America? The reason as to why we have a crime rate high is because of the cost of living, and also the economic status of the state. So when there is too little to be earned and the cost of living is up there, definitely that attracts crime. Why? Because not everybody will be able to come up with their basic needs. So what do you expect? What do you expect next? They're gonna do what they need to do to get something they need, okay? So another thing is that you cannot even be able to afford the real estate. You cannot be able to afford a house. You cannot be able to afford a mortgage. Why? Because if you buy a mortgage, or if you go for a mortgage, initially you're supposed to pay in 30 years, and for you to be able to pay the house, you might be able to pay before the 30 years, but the cost of the house will require you to work so hard for like 17 years. Your whole 17 years wage will be what is equivalent with the cost of the mortgage, which is not something that is usual, because in other states you can find that you only need to put in like 5 years of your wage to complete or to finish paying the 30-year mortgage plan, okay? So New York is not a city for people, a commoner, a common person. It is a good city, for the rich people, okay? Our next city is Alaska. Our next city is Alaska, Alaska Anchorage. This is a dark state. Why? Because they have only 6 hours of daylight during December, January, February. So you do not want to live there, and the cost of living is high, as well as the crime rate is above the roof. The weather is not favorable as well. And Alaska is not like it's like New York or California. No, it is on the other side of the world. It is a dark city. You do not want to live there because of the high crime rate leading on the list. So guys, let's jump to our next city, which is New Mexico, Albuquerque. New Mexico, the average income, the average pay rate is like $24. This doesn't match the high cost of living in New Mexico. You do not want to live somewhere you are being paid this, and then the cost of living is this, because you will leave to work and never ever will you have any savings. You will never ever have any developments in your life, because all your money is going to the housing cost and the high cost of living, and also the jobs are not available because of the poor economical state. Okay, let's jump right in. And also in New Mexico, they have a high rate of drug and crime rate. Okay, let's move on to San Francisco, which is in California. It is our next city. I know you have ever heard of California. Everyone talks about California, but what they don't tell you is the truth, the ugly truth behind these big cities in America. California has a very high cost of living. To be specific, San Francisco. I was doing my research and I was checking the apartment cost in California, San Francisco, and oh my God, they go up to $10,000 per month. OMG. Like, who wanna pay that much money in terms of rent? How much do I have to work in order to get that high cost of rent? And also, I was checking like a 1-bedroom house going for $4,000. My God, $4,000 per month. 1 bedroom and a studio. A studio going for $4,000. Jesus Christ. You do not want to live there. It is only rich people who can be able to settle there. If you are not very rich, please do not consider moving there. And like I told you with our first city, which was New York, any city that has a high cost of living, it is accompanied by a crime rate that is high. Why? Because some people are top there and other people are here struggling. What do you expect? How can we fill this gap? Sometimes you find that people will try to do what they gotta do in order to get what they need to survive in these cities. That makes it very unsafe, and also the crime rate is super high, and the use of drugs as well, and they make it like a drug market. Why? Because drugs cost a lot of money. If you sell drugs, you get a lot of money, and that will make them to be able to afford what they don't have. So this is not a very good city to go and settle with your family. Also, it is not a good city even for yourself. Why? Because of the high cost of living, because of the payment rate. Some people get paid a lot of money because they have built their careers for over a time. So if you are new, if you are moving from a state that is affordable to go to California, San Francisco, you're gonna be suffering there. It is 100% clarified that you'll be suffering there. These are cities for the rich people and not just a commoner. Our next city is Las Vegas, the city of sin. the city of sin. By the way, why would I even want to move somewhere labeled as the city of sin? What is good about it? I don't see anything good about it. But here's the truth about Las Vegas, the city of sin, is that the housing cost is above the roof. It is on the sky, the housing cost, and also the housing cost has gone up with 67% since COVID came. So 67% is more than half. So guys, what do you think? The houses are not affordable. It is not something that you would make to pay back in 5 years of your wages. So it's gonna cost you almost 17 years or more to be able to pay the whole mortgage. Do you want to work that hard for 17 years to invest that to someone's dreams? Are you willing to do that, guys? No. This is not the right city to settle. Next city is the city of angels. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, California. The rate of unemployment is super high. Also, the housing cost is super high. Drug abuse is up there. And also, the income is too low to match the cost of the city. Do not think of going there if you do not earn probably 6 figures or more. Our next city, and it is the last city, is the California Central Valley. And it suffers the same characteristics that I have spoken regarding the other cities. High cost of living, unemployment, the rate of crime, the drug abuse and stuff like those. Though these big cities, please, and these most mentioned cities, they are cities that you do not want to settle there. One, if you have a family, these are not friendly with your, they ain't gonna be family friendly cities. And so it is good to look into other cities that are family friendly. I'm gonna add one more city that I didn't see appear on the top 7 cities, top 7 worst cities to live in America, to settle in America. The city is Chicago. Chicago is known for crime. It is known for drugs and so many other things. It might not be as expensive as California and New York, but Chicago is known for crime rate. The crime rate in Chicago is not something to be entertained. Okay, it is a city known for crime and drugs. So I am so sure if you get to watch this video, you can endorse about Chicago. And also there are so many other little cities. Chicago might be affordable in terms of housing. Also, I'm going to talk about St. Louis, Missouri. It is also known for a high crime rate, and it has appeared on the research so many times, Missouri and Chicago, not because they are big cities, but because they have a high crime rate. If you get to watch this and you are in one of these cities or you have ever read about them, comment down here and endorse this information. So guys, I'm gonna end this video. I didn't want to make it too long because I wanted to make it worth watching. Okay, bye bye guys, and see you in the next video. Do not forget to keep on keeping on, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Bye. Kwaheri.